Let's look at a very simple question. If the amount in 5 years is 90,000 and the amount in 6 years is 100,000, what was the amount after 3 years? And we have to do this separately for SI and CI. Let's look at them both. Now, uh, the reason I gave this was this is a good example of a question that can be solved easily using the progressions analogy. We do not need to find the rate, we do not need to find the principal. All you need to do is, if it was 100k after 6 years and it was 90k after 5 years, then because we have an AP, it should have been 80k after 4 years and it should have been 70k after 3 years, and that's your answer. All you're doing is you're taking the two terms and finding the common difference and extrapolating backwards. So that is the case with SI. 70k is the answer. What about CI? We have 100k after 10 years, after 6 years, and 90k after 5 years. What was the common ratio? It was a multiplication by 10 by 9, and we're taking a common ratio because the amounts in CI behave like a geometric progression. That means to go backwards you have to multiply by 9 by 10. Going forwards is 10 by 9, backwards is 9 by 10. So you'll get 81k would have been the amount after 4 years, and after 3 years it would have been 72.9k, and that's your answer. One more question. If a principal amounts to 7,440 rupees in 3 years at 8% per annum SI, how much would the same principal amount to in 2 years with 10% per annum compounded annually? Now, the amount for SI is A is P into 1 plus RT, where we don't know the principal, so it's basically 7,440 is equal to P into 1 plus 0.08 into 3. This is basically 1.24p, and so P is 7,440 by 1.24, which is 6,000 rupees. Now you take the 6,000 rupees and you invest in compound interest 10% per annum. So your amount is P into 1 plus R the whole raised to T, which would become 6,000. 1 plus 0.1, 1.1, the whole squared, 2 years. That's basically 6,000 into 1.21, which turns out to be 7,260. And that's your answer. Now I want to point out that you want to get comfortable with looking at 8% per annum for 3 years is 24%. So my amount is 24% more than my principal. So you want to see something like this and immediately go amount is 1.24 principal. So basically my principal would be 7440 by 1.24. And what happens to this principal is that it gets increased by 10% twice, and this 10% is stacked, so it gets multiplied by 1.21. So a more experienced solver look at this question and directly go 7,440. It's just direct proportion to this point. My answer is 121 by 124 of my amount in the first case or the SI case. If you're able to comfortably write something like this directly from a question like this, you'll be able to solve very efficiently.